Good morning, students. Welcome to another session of Wireless Communication Networks, Unit 1, Wireless Communications and System Fundamentals, Modern Wireless Communication Systems. Today we discuss about the second part of the first unit, that is Modern Wireless Communication System. Here, Modern Wireless Communication System, what are the present wireless techniques which were used after first, second generations of the cellular mobile communications. First of all, we are discuss about the first modern wireless communication system is Bluetooth. Today we discuss about Bluetooth technology. Here under this Bluetooth technology, we discuss Bluetooth motivation and overview. Here, what is meant by Bluetooth? Why it is called as a Bluetooth name? Here, Bluetooth name coming from the king name of the Denmark is Harald Batland. The Harald Batland meaning in English is Bluetooth. From the name of that king only, they suggested the name of this short range radio is called as a Bluetooth. Short range radio is called as a Bluetooth. Actually, this Bluetooth is developed by a Swedish mobile phone maker, that is Ericsson company, in the year of 1994. After this developed this Bluetooth technology by Ericsson company, over 20,000 companies have signed on the Make Bluetooth for low power short range wireless standard in various devices. You know the IEEE standards, that is IEEE 802, IEEE 802.11 like this. Here what is meant by IEEE 802 shows. Here IEEE 802 shows wireless, wired LAN. IEEE 802.11 shows wireless LAN. Here for Bluetooth, IEEE standard is IEEE 802.15.1 standard is a Bluetooth. Here in this IEEE 802.115.1 shows Bluetooth standards. Actually, this Bluetooth is used only for short range. That is short range, nothing but maximum of 10 meters range. Here, Bluetooth is for wireless, right? It is cable replacement. That's why we are using a frequency spectrum of 2.4 gigahertz with a speed of 2.1 Mbps or 24 Mbps. Depends upon the class of network. Here, the key attributes of the Bluetooth is robustness, low power consumption, and low cost. Right here, Bluetooth having more number of applications includes data transmission, audio, graphics, and even video transmission within the short range. Suppose, for example, audio devices can include smartphones, headsets, cordless and standard phones, and home stereos. Also nowadays we are used with Bluetooth. Right here, some of the examples where exactly used the Bluetooth. The first one is make calls from a wireless headset connected remotely to a cell phone. Now what else we are using, right? Headsets is connected to your mobile phone through Bluetooth. That is cable replacement. To control communication between car stereo system by using smartphone, and control a computer or laptops through Bluetooth enabled keyboard, mouse, or speaker or printers, right? And home automation for monitoring the air condition, monitoring the refrigerators, whatever it may be, home appliances. And children's internet surfing also where can be monitored through Bluetooth. And for industrial applications, we are using alarms. For alarms, that is there any hazards, any fire accidents coming, automatic alarm goes alarms. At that time also we are using this Bluetooth. Actually, top users of order of volume is the following devices. That is, mostly we are using Bluetooth from the following. That is mobile handsets, voice handsets, stereo headsets and speakers, personal computers and tablets, human interface devices such as a mic and keyboards, wireless controller for video game consoles, cars, machine-to-machine applications, right? That is about credit card readers, industrial automation, and so on. These are the some of the highly used Bluetooth devices in real-time applications. Right now, we are moved to the next one is Bluetooth applications. Actually, Bluetooth can we work and operate within the short range? That is a maximum of 10 meters range. Here, how many number of devices connect at a time in a network by using Bluetooth is 8 devices. 8 Bluetooth devices connected in network is called as the Piconet. Is called the Piconet. Here, what is a Piconet? Is one of the Bluetooth network. Here in this Piconet, 8 Bluetooth devices are connected to network in a star topology. Star topology. Only 8 devices. Why only 8 devices? But to provide security for each link is encoded and protected against interference. Right. Here from this concept, mostly there are all applications, general application divided 3 broad categories. First one is data on voice access points. Second one is cable replacement. The third one is ad hoc networking. Here data on voice access points is nothing but actually this is used for real-time application for transmission of voice and data transmission through wireless network between 2 Bluetooth devices. And cable replacement, right? Whenever Bluetooth is entered into the wireless technology, automatic cable is replaced now. There is no wireless between suppose Bluetooth enabled keyboard to your laptop, Bluetooth enabled mouse to your laptop, printer to laptop, and smartphone to control to air conditioner. Like this, all are cable replacement. There is no cable to control. Next, ad hoc networking. Here, ad hoc networking nothing but in general ad hoc meaning nothing but whenever work is there at that time only the workers are coming and do the work and go. If no work is there, no need any worker. Like this in ad hoc networking, whenever we want to transmit data, at that time the Bluetooth is enabled, remaining the Bluetooth is under off condition. That is ad hoc networking. Right, these are our 3 broad categories of applications. Next, move to Bluetooth users. Here, this Bluetooth is used at hand-free handset, right? For connect that is from headset to your mobile. There is no wide connection. Hands-free. Car stereo control, PC input and output, synchronization, cable replacement, infrared remote replacement. That is infrared nothing but in previously we had to control your air conditioner through your remote control. But nowadays smartphone is there to control that air conditioner. That is infrared remote replacement. Low data rate data transfer, bridges, game consoles, medical devices, security. These are the some of the uses by using Bluetooth. Right. Next, we are moving to the main part of this Bluetooth is Bluetooth protocol architecture. Right. Here, what is meant by protocol architecture? Here, the protocol architecture is that is level by level how the data is transmitted from one Bluetooth device to another Bluetooth devices. Before going to Bluetooth protocol stack, first of all, we had discussed about what are the ISO OSI layer model. What is the ISO OSI layer model? Internal Standard Organization Open System Interconnection Model. Here, what it tells? It tells how the data is transmitted from one point to another point, whether it is a wired or wireless network. How many layers are these there in OSI model? Having 7 layers. That is application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. These 7 layers are used to transmit data. That is how to connect a network, what is the application, how to connect a network. Once the connect the network, how to data transmit, how to data is encode, how to check whether error is present or not, how to overcome the errors. These are some of the different points covered under OSI layer model. Here from this OSI layer model only, we have to design this Bluetooth protocol stack. Here this Bluetooth protocol stack divided into four parts, that is core protocol layers, cable replacement protocol, telephonic control protocol, adapted protocol. Here see this figure having four different colors are there. About core protocol is blue color, black color is cable replacement, and red color shows the telephone control protocols, a light color, brown color is adapted protocols. Here see this one, the bottom layer is Bluetooth radio. Next layer is baseband layer. Next one is link manager protocol. Next one is logical link control and adaptation protocol. Here the L2 cap. Nothing but first two letters is logical link. Two L's are coming, that's why L2 cap. Next is RF communication, audio, control, and vCard/vCall. And OBEX. OBEX stands for Object Exchange Protocol. Object Exchange Protocol. And some of the applications are WAE, that is Wireless Application Environment, WAP, Wireless Application Protocol, AT commands, attention sequence, TCS WIN, Telephonic Control Specification by using binary digits, SDP, Service Discovery Protocol. Here from this protocol stack, now we discuss one by one. First, we have discussed about core protocols. Here, what are the core protocols? What are the main protocols in a protocol architecture of Bluetooth? That is, first one is radio. The term Bluetooth radio is nothing but wireless system. It can be connect to Bluetooth device by using wireless connection, which is nothing but physical layer in OSI model. That is, here whenever wireless is coming, here what is the frequency we are used? That is 2.4 GHz frequency is used, and the method of transmission of data or voice, whatever it may be, by using frequency hopping scheme with a modulation scheme of GMSK, and less transmitted power we are using. Less transmitted power. Next layer is baseband layer. Here, based upon this baseband layer, how to establish a connection first within a piconet. Here in this baseband layer shows what is the addressing, what is the transmitter, what is the receiver address, what is the packet format, what is the timing, that is how much time is required to transmit, right? And power control. These are some of the functions are done by baseband layer. Next one is link manager protocol. Here, link manager protocol, which is responsible to set up between Bluetooth devices and management also. Actually, this LMP messages are used for authentication, encryption, control, and negotiation of baseband packet sizes. These are some of the functions of link manager protocol. That is more responsibility security. Next one is logical link control and adaptation protocol, L2 cap, which is the main layer, which is the intermediate between upper layers and lower layers, which provides both connectionless and connection-oriented services. Here, what is the difference between connectionless and connection-oriented services? Here, connectionless service is nothing but before transmission of data, no need to establish a connection. Directly we have to transmit. But connection-oriented service, before transmission of data, voice, whatever it may be, we have to make a connection. Then only we have to transmit. That is the difference between connectionless and connection-oriented service. Next one is SDP, Service Discovery Protocol. Here the Service Discovery Protocol, which can be having what is the device information, and what are the services, and what are the characteristics of the Bluetooth enabled devices, is done by SDP. This is the core protocols of a Bluetooth. Next one is cable replacement protocol. Next one is cable replacement protocol. Here under this cable replacement protocol is RFCOM, radio frequency communication. Here before going to this RFCOM, we are using RS-232 cable, or it is called the EIA-232 cable, which is used to connect your headphones to your laptop. This is a wide connection USB cable. Or we are connect from keyboard to system, or mouse to system, or your system to printer, whatever it is cable. That is, now we are using, we have to replace the cables. That is RS-232 or EIA-232 cables. It comes RFCOM. It is a cable replacement protocol. Cable replacement protocol. The next one is telephony control protocol. Telephony control protocol, that is TCS bin. Telephony control specification, we have to transmit into the bit oriented, that is binary. Bit oriented. Here what is the use of this TCS bin layer, which defines call control signaling for establishment of speech and data calls between Bluetooth devices. That is, which is used to call control signaling for establishment of speech and data calls. Next protocol is adapted protocols. Actually, these adapted protocols which is used at organizations and corporations. Here, these adapted protocols are includes PPP, that is point-to-point protocol, which is to make a connection between one point and another point through IP, Internet Protocol. At that time, we are using TCP/UDP/IP protocols through Internet connection. Next one is OBEX. This is Object Exchange Protocol. This is developed by Infrared Data Association, IRDA, for exchange objects. This is just like HTTP. You know HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is used for designing the web pages. Same like OBEX also work. The OBEX we have to exchange objects by using a vCode and a vCalendar. This is about OBEX. Right. Now we are moving to the next part of the Bluetooth is how the network forms in a Bluetooth, that is Piconet and Scatternet. Here the Piconet is nothing but, here in Piconet nothing but within the 10 meters range, the maximum number of Bluetooth devices are connected is 8 Bluetooth devices are connected. Under these 8 Bluetooth devices, one acts as a master, remaining are the slaves. Master is nothing but transmitter, slaves are receiver. At the time of transmission of data or voice in a Piconet, we have to use the technique is frequency hopping scheme to transmit data. Here, suppose now one device as a master, in next time other device as a master. It is not a constant standard. One device is master. It should be depends upon the application or transmitting and receiving option. Suppose we have to transmit both the 10 meters range. At that time, to form 2 Piconets, connect together 2 Piconets is called the scatternet. Here scatternet is nothing but the slave of the first Piconet acts as a master for second Piconet. That is about scatternet. Here see this figure. This is a master-slave relationship. The first upper block diagram shows 1 Piconet. The second below bottom is the second Piconet. Here the first Piconet slave acts as a master for second one. The single 2 Piconets acts as the scatternet. This one, this figure shows how the cellular system works and how conventional broadcast system and how scatternets. Here is cellular system shows the representation of cellular system is hexagonal shaped cells. Here the center one, the circular box shows base stations. The dot shows mobile units. For conventional ad hoc systems, nothing but Piconets. Here these 2 Piconets are separate within the 1 Piconet range, having devices are connect together. 2 Piconets are connect together. See this one here figure, it acts as a scatternet. This is about how network forms in a Bluetooth by using Piconet and scatternet. Next, we are moved to the Bluetooth specifications. Here, how Bluetooth works. What are the parameters we are to use for Bluetooth designing? Here, first one, topology. What is the basic rate and what is the enhanced data rate? Here in basic rate, topology is up to 7 simultaneous links in a logical star manner. Nothing but one acts as a master, remaining 7 are slaves. Nothing but 7 links we have to form. Similarly, enhanced data rate also up to 7 simultaneous links in a logical star. And modulation for basic rate is GFSK and enhanced rate is pi by 4 DQPSK and 8D PSK. Next one is peak data rate is for basic rate is 1 Mbps. For enhanced rate is 2 Mbps and 3 Mbps. And RF bandwidth is 220 kHz, 1 MHz. For enhanced rate also 220 kHz, 1 MHz. Next RF band. For RF band for both basic rate and enhanced rate is 2.4 GHz with ISM band. Here what is meant by ISM band? Right? ISM band is nothing but industrial, scientific, medical band. It is an unlicensed band. Here what is the difference between licensed and unlicensed band? Here licensed band is nothing but before using that the particular spectrum, you have to take permission from particular government authorities. But ISM band is the unlicensed band. Before using that particular network, no need to take permission from government. That is, we're using Bluetooth, no need to take permission from anyone, government authorities. Next, RF carriers. For RF carriers for both basic rate and enhanced data rate is 23 by 79. And carrier spacing is 1 MHz for both. Transmitter power also 0.1 watt for both. Piconet access is FH/TDD/TDMA, that is frequency hopping TDD TDMA, and hopping rate is 16 and hops per second. Nothing but once the Bluetooth is on, then automatically 1600 times per second it can be searches for Bluetooth devices. And scatter net access is frequency hopping CDMA technique. These are the some of the Bluetooth specifications. And based on these specifications, Bluetooth radio can be broadly categorized into 3 classes. 3 classes based upon the transmitted power, output power. For class 1 devices, outputs 100 milliwatts maximum with a minimum of 1 milliwatt. For class 2, outputs is 2.5 milliwatt and minimum of 0.25 milliwatt. And class 3 is lowest power, the maximum output is 1 milliwatt. Based upon the output power, the radio specifications, Bluetooth radio can be divided into 3 classes: class 1, class 2, and class 3. Here from this, after this Bluetooth radio specification, now we are moving to the baseband specification. That is baseband layer specification. Here the baseband specification, which is exactly used for encryption and security purpose. Here the key technique which we are used baseband specification is frequency hopping. Frequency hopping. Here why you are using frequency hopping technique here? That is for 2 purposes. The first one is which provides resistance to interference and multipath effects. That is once we have to connect Bluetooth devices, very less percentage of interference we are getting, and which provides multiple access among co-located devices in different piconets. It provides a form of multiple access among co-located devices in a different piconets. Right. Here, before going into the frequency hopping scheme, first of all, we are discussing about channels. Channels in the Bluetooth. Here, what is the frequency spectrum which we are used in Bluetooth is 2.4 gigahertz. 2.4 gigahertz frequency spectrum is used. This 2.4 gigahertz is divided into 79 channels. with a bandwidth of 1 megahertz. 1 megahertz. That is, first of all, we have take total spectrum of 2.4 gigahertz, divide into 79 channels. Each one channel is a bandwidth of 1 megahertz. These are the physical channels. 79 physical channels is available at Bluetooth. Here, how many number of hopping it is? 1600 hops per second. Here we are using time division duplexing and TDMA scheme. Here, what is meant by time division duplexing? Nothing but we have to transmit data within the time slots. Here, what is the time slot? Here, each time slot is 0.625 milliseconds or 625 microseconds. For each time slot, we have to use to transmit or receive the data only one way, but not at a time in a single time slot. Now I am explaining how frequency hopping is occurs in the by using TDMA technique. See this one here in this frequency hopping time division duplexing. Suppose I am using the example of only two devices. One is master and one is slave. That is, one is transmitter Bluetooth device and the receiver. When both are on the first time slot, that is each time slot having 625 microsecond. For first time slot, the master can send data to slave. In second time slot, slave can send acknowledgement to master. Likewise, only for each time slot used for transmitting and reception only. This is about frequency hopping. Suppose nothing but here in this figure shows, right, this is the first time slot, this is the third, like this. For odd number of time slots, are which is used to transmit data from master to slave. From even number 2, 4, 6, like this, you have to give the acknowledgement from slave to master. Right. Here using this TDD, that is time division duplexing. Why you are using this TDD? Which prevents crosstalk between transmit and receiving operation. Here, the thing, but each time slot which is used only for either transmit or receiving only, but not two at a time. That's why the crosstalk can be eliminated by using this time division duplexing. Suppose we are taking examples of multi-slot packets. Multi-slot packets, I think, but see this one, the first one is, this is a time slot. Each time slot is 625 microsecond. Suppose the packet size like this. For each time slot used for one packet. Suppose packet size increases. At that time, we are using more time slots. When our packet size increases, we are using more time slots to transmit data. This is about examples of multi-slots packets. Here, these are the Bluetooth radio specifications and baseband specifications. Based upon this, what are the international standards of Bluetooth frequency allocations? Bluetooth frequency allocation. 2.4 gigahertz is the basic, but extension is different from different countries. Suppose we are using US, Europe, India, some other countries. They are used frequency spectrum from 2.4 to 2.4835 gigahertz. With RF channel calculation is F equal to 2.402 plus N megahertz. The number of channels are 79. Next one is Japan. Use regulatory range is 2.471 to 2.497 gigahertz with the frequency with channel frequencies F equal to 2.473 plus N megahertz with the channels of 23. Next one is Spain. The regulatory range is 2.445 to 2.475 gigahertz. The frequency of a channel is F equal to 2.449 plus N megahertz. The number of channels are 23. In France, the regulatory range is 2.4465 to 2.4835 gigahertz. The frequency of a channel is F equal to 2.454 plus N megahertz. The number of channels are 23. These are the international Bluetooth frequency allocations. Next, we are going for user logical links. User logical links. Already we discussed about L2 cap layer. The L2 CLAP layer, which provides connection oriented and connection-less service. Based upon that, we are going for user logical links. Here, the user logical links are used to establish a link between master and slave for the purpose of transmitted user data. To establish a connection between master to slave to transmit data. Actually, there are three types of user logical links. First one is SCO, that is synchronous connection oriented. The second one is extended synchronous connection oriented. The third one is asynchronous connectionless. Asynchronous connectionless. First one is SCO, synchronous connection oriented. Here in this synchronous connection oriented, we have to make a connection between master to slave, that is point-to-point connection, for a reserved time slots. Once the time slots are reserved, nothing but after successful data transmission only, we have to release the particular channels. This is about SCO link. Here in SCO, the packets are never retransmitted. That is 99.9%. It is successful transmission rate. Next one is extended synchronous connection oriented. Here, which is equal to SCO link, but it is asymmetric and retransmission of packet is possible in ESCO. Next one is asynchronous connectionless service. Here, a point to multi-point link between master to all slaves in the Piconet is possible, and time slots are not reserved before, and it is a retransmission is possible. Retransmission is possible in asynchronous connectionless service. These are the three user logical links which are used in Bluetooth. Next one, we are going for link manager specification, that is link manager protocol. Here, link manager protocol is used to transmit LMP messages, that is link manager protocol messages between master to slave. Here, what is meant by LMP messages? Here, this LMP messages are nothing but which is used to authentication purpose, pairing purpose, encryption, clocks, offset request, switch master slave, name request, hold or park or sniff mode of the Bluetooth. Like this, some of the functions are there in the LMP messages. That is how to establish the connection, how pairing, how encryption of data, how clock offset request, switching between master and slave. Nothing but the single Bluetooth devices now acts as a master, next it acts as a slave. It depends upon the transmission and reception. This is about LMP messages. Next, we are moving to the logical link control and adaptation protocol, L2 CAP layer. Logical link control and adaptation protocol. Here, the logical link control and adaptation protocol, which is nothing but which is used to share a medium in a network, which is used to share a medium in a network, and which is used for intermediate layer between upper layers and lower layers, which provide services from lower layer to upper layer and upper layer to lower layer. And the main use of this L2 CAP layer is which is used for flow and error control. Flow and error control. Here, this L2 CAP layer, which provides two alternative of service to upper layers. Two alternate services to upper layers. The first one is connectionless service. The second one is connection mode service. Here, connectionless service is nothing but there is no need to establish a connection, directly transmission. Connection oriented, nothing but before transmission of exchanging of data between two users, first we have to make a logical connection between two users to exchange data, and which provides flow and error control. Which provides flow and error control. Here, what is meant of flow control? Here, flow control is nothing but suppose at a time we have to transmit 4 packets. but receiver, it is unable to receive the 4 packets at a time. At that time, we are getting some error problems receiving the packet. At that time, we have to maintain flow control. One packet is successful transmission, then only we have to transmit second packet. Here, the L2 cap layer does not use this SCO links. Does not use SCO links. Next one is L2 cap channels. L2 cap channels. Actually, there are 3 types of L2 cap channels. The first one is connectionless. Next one is connection oriented. Next one is signaling. Here, connectionless service, nothing but unidirectional, which is used to broadcast a data from master to multiple slave devices. Next one is connection oriented, which supports for bidirectional full duplex purpose, which is used to measure the quality of service. Next one is signaling. Signaling is nothing but which provides for the exchange of signaling messages between L2 cap entities. Signaling messages, nothing but establishment, connection established messages. Right. Next one is quality of service. How the quality of service measured in L2 cap layer in the essence of flow specification. Flow specification. Here, some of the parameters are used to measure quality of service in a L2 cap layer. That is, first one is service type. Second one is token rate, that is bytes per second, and token bucket size in terms of bytes. Peak bandwidth, bytes per second. Latency in microseconds. Delay variation in microseconds. These are the 6 parameters are used to measure quality of service in a Bluetooth by the L2 cap layer. First one is the service type. Here, what is my service type? The service type which is equal to 0, which is equal to 1, which is equal to 2. Whenever the service type which is equal to 0, no traffic will be transmitted. Nothing but the transmission of data through particular channel is restricted. Whenever the service type which is equal to 1, data is transmitted is possible, but there is no guarantee. Whenever the service type is 2, indicates data transmits can be possible with a guarantee service. Right? These are the 3 service types: 0, 1, 2. 0, not possible to transmit. 1, possible to transmit with no guarantee, which is equal to 2, possible to transmit with guarantee. Next one is token rate and token bucket size. Here the token rate and token bucket size is used. Here, see this one. This is about token bucket scheme. This is about bucket. This is bucket size is B bytes, capital B bytes. Token rate which is equal to capital R bytes per second. Token rate is equal to capital R bytes per second. This is the current bucket occupancy. Total bucket B bytes. Under this B bytes, only some part can be occupied. Here, this bucket it is leaks nothing but tokens are released. Once the tokens are released, only you have to transmit data. No tokens, not possible to transmit data. Likewise, here see this one. Every time a packet transmits, it takes some of the tokens from the bucket. Every time packet transmits, it takes some of the tokens from the bucket. If not enough tokens are present, the packet must wait until there are enough. Nothing but what is the use of this token rate and token bucket, which is used for flow control. When tokens are available, nothing but the receiver is free. Whenever the tokens are not there, the receiver is busy for receiving the packets. That's why the token bucket mechanism is used for long-term average transmission to go for flow control. This is about Bluetooth technology. Today we discussed about what is meant by Bluetooth, what is the Bluetooth specifications, what is the Bluetooth radio specification, what are the Bluetooth baseband specifications, what are the different types of networks forms by using Bluetooth, that is Piconet and Scatternet, and what are the data specifications we discussed, right? And what is my link manager protocol, what is my L2 cap layer, and how to measure quality of a service, and what are the users and what are the applications we discussed today's class. Do you have any query? Type your query in the chat box. Thank you very much for attending today's class.